But that's what you wrote. You said here, my lord, that the defendant has now applied for bail. Now, as I said earlier, bail is an indication of the court taking into consideration all the conditions laid down in Muhammad Abacha state. At this stage, I am of the opinion that you may or take a stand on the bail application without first hearing and determining the issue that is glaring in the face, which is the absence of the defendant from the court since 25th of April 2017 until he was produced on the 29th of June. My lord, which was exactly what the Supreme Court did. They said that he did not jump bail. These criminals came to my house to kill me. That's what the Supreme Court said. This is in your own court, my lord. So I cannot understand, my lord, why I will be conducted contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria that said I must have free and unfettered access to my counsel. It's here. This is the law.
Rrorism Prohibition and Prevention Act says I cannot be tried in Nigeria. That's the law of Nigeria. I can never be tried in any court of law in Nigeria. That's what the law says. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. Not me. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. It's very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct the trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. I have in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of the Constitution, what does it say? Any treaty ratified by Nigeria becomes law. It's law. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter what they do. All these shenanigans is just pure rubbish. You never stand. Not with me. I believe in justice and fairness, that's all.
Nigeria signed to extradite, not to rendition.
So I'm yet to know why Justice Binta NYAKO continues to deny Nnamdi Kanu's bail request. I mean, there is no reason for detaining this guy again. Every charges against him has been quashed by the court of competent jurisdiction. So today, he said any court trying him is committing terrorism because he has denied Nigeria. He is not, a member of Nigeria. He is a Biafran. So today, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, claimed that he cannot be tried in any Nigerian court, citing the country's constitution and international laws. He said any court trying him is committing terrorism. Following the Federal High Court ruling in Abuja today that dismissed again his applications for bail and transfer from Department of State Services custody on Monday, Nnamdi Kanu addressed journalists at the court premises as you've watched in the video. He asserted that the Terrorism Prohibition and Prevention Act prohibits his trial in Nigeria. According to him, the law states that he cannot be tried in any court in Nigeria. He quoted Section 2, subsection 3 F of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act, which he claims labels anyone attempting to try him as a terrorist. Nnamdi Kanu emphasized that any court proceeding with his trial will be committing an act of terrorism according to the law. He said, I quote, Terrorism Prohibition and Prevention Act said that I cannot be tried in Nigeria. That is the law of Nigeria. I can never be tried in any court of law in Nigeria. That is what the law says. So anyone standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That is what the law says, not me. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That is what it says, unquote. So, me as a person, I don't even know why Justice Binta NYAKO, because he's the one spearheading this case. He's the one in charge of this case. Every time after time, throughout Buhari's regime, or maybe when the woman retires, I believe when she retires, that will be the time a new judge that we be the head of a Supreme Court, we now, accept this guy's bail request. He should be let go. I don't know why they are still keeping him. So is he going to stay in detention throughout Tinubu's 8 years, just like Buhari's term? This is unfair. They should let this guy go. He has done nothing wrong. We see Boko Haram members now. Currently, these guys are on TikTok. They are using drone, going scot-free. They release them and they tell us that they have repented. They recruit them into the army. The other time I heard they did some unimaginable things somewhere in Enugu State. So they don't have reason. Just Binta NYAKO don't have any tangible reason for denying Nnamdi Kanu's bail application. She should. So she will go down in history as the worst judge of the High Court of Nigeria. She will go down in history as the worst ever judge. P2B said it, that the problem of Nigeria, electing or reinstating or returning or also installing bad leaders is not even INEC, it's the judiciary. A man that did not qualify to even become a local government chairman, that's Buhari, ruled Nigeria for 8 years. So imagine that he failed everything. He got F9. The result is all over the place online. And Buhari used F9 to rule Nigeria. We saw how many polymer notes, Naira notes that was printed. How much he plundered the country. How much indebtedness he put the country. And here we are, Bobo Chicago is now the president of the country. He said it's his turn. Immediately he got to his turn. Just like people claim that his life has always been subsidized. He's declared subsidy gone, and everything, the whole country was thrown into economic downturn, and he doesn't care. So that was why Senator Ali Ndume said that I think it's time that corruption among the Nigerian politicians is people driven. They use it to buy people, and he was suggesting that as a lawmaker there should be a strong law that should be passed, a strong bill that should be passed into law that will even give death penalty to corrupt politicians. I think that will serve as a deterrent to those coming or those even serving, so that they will know how to manage public funds, because that has been the problem. Why can't they let this guy go, for crying out loud? They're just keeping him. And we have politicians who should have done better, who should have pushed forward to let this guy go. They are keeping him. This is unfair. There is no point, no reason why they should continue to keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention. I think it's time to let the guy go, and the world is watching.